Hi Flosstube, I'm Sally. I'm StitchySally here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Today is the 5th of June 2024 and this is Flosstube number 78. A very warm welcome whether you are a new or a returning viewer. It is lovely to have you here. Very warm welcome to any new subscribers I may have had. Sorry, excuse me. I think I've picked up a few just recently, so welcome. Oh, sorry about that, just had to pause you. My cough's giving me some jip today, so you'll have to excuse me if I do have to keep pausing. I'll try and get through this without too many pauses. So, yeah, I'm going to get started. Sorry, that's really put me off now. I'm going to get started. I have a finish. So we'll start with the finish, and it is Jardin Prive, Boule de Neige 3. Love stitching this. That sheep is so cute. And Barb, if you're watching, this will be on its way to you sometime soon. I stitched it on a 32 count blue spruce linen from Zweigart with the called for DMC, and that was my finish. I think the last time I showed this I only had some white stitching to do, had the snowflakes to fill in, I had this black bit at the bottom to finish, this white in here to do, and I think this star to do maybe, but that's all done now. Absolutely love it. I think it is so cute. So that was my final finish for May. So I did quite a stitch from stash for May. I do stitch from stash on a Facebook group. So I've managed three finishes during May, so I get 3 credits for that. And then I had a new start last Saturday. I don't know where I am this week. I thought it was Wednesday yesterday. So my start on Saturday is this one, and it's Heart in Hand Bluebird sampler. And on a Saturday night I stitched with my lovely friend Lainey. Obviously not together, it's a virtual thing. Yeah, with my lovely friend Lainey. We started off stitching Blackbird designs on a Saturday night, and then I've kind of gone off piste a little bit, and I just stitch on whatever I fancy. And I'm also joining in with Sarah, Sarah, for her and Sally's Flossy Sews and Grows Fun for 50 Sal 2024. Sarah was starting this one, so I decided I wanted to stitch along with her. So I'm using Roxy Floss Great Lakes, which lovely Sally Flossy Sews and Grows, she sent me for my birthday, my 60th birthday last year. And I'm stitching it on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha even weave, and I'm doing it with one strand because I wasn't quite sure how far the Roxy floss would go, and I didn't want to run out. So that's my start. My lovely wolf needle minder from Lindsay at Wolfie Stitches. She sent me in a lovely gift package a while ago. So yeah, there's my start. So I'll be stitching that on a Saturday from now on. So we'll move on to whips now, and I'm really sorry if this is a bit rushed, higgledy-piggledy, bit of a mess, whatever. If you don't like messy videos, then I'm sorry. So this one is the last of my 6 for 60 starts that I did in December for my 60th birthday. I had 6 new starts, 5 for the first 5 days in December, and then this one on my actual birthday. And this is Teresa Kogut with By Hands. And lovely Elaine, Ellie Welly Stitcher, she joined me stitching this. And lovely Sally at Flossy Sews and Grows. She wanted to join in but couldn't find the chart at the time, so she was stitching on Remember Me, also by Teresa Kogut. So, and Elaine and I, we both started in different places. Elaine started at the top, I started in the middle. So if you go and watch Elaine's floss tube, you'll see a different areas to mine. And I'm stitching this with DMC threads. I decided not to use the 3 weeks dye works. I just used the DMC subs for those. And I'm stitching it on a piece of 40 count vintage country mocha. And that is where I am at. So I'm just loving this. I think it is just the most beautiful piece. Really, really love it. There's a lot of work in it, hell of a lot of work in it. But yeah, really enjoying it. So I've got the tree stitched at this side. I don't remember what I had done last time. But that side is more or less complete. I think I've got a little bit, yeah, I've got some bits to add in. I think it's the moth or a butterfly, don't know what it is, moth, butterfly, one or the other. And a little bit on the bed to fill in. And then I think what I'm going to do next maybe is just do some of this border up for a bit, just so that I've got some of that in. But it is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful piece. And if you're thinking about stitching it and you're on the fence, just do it. It's a lovely, lovely, a lovely piece. So that is that one. Just going to grab a quick drink. And as you can see, since my last floss tube, I've had my hair cut. Yes, finally plucked up the courage to go and get my hair cut. Only been this morning actually. Went to see if I could get an appointment yesterday, and she said, can you come tomorrow? So I was like, yes, I can come tomorrow. So the next whip is Long Dog Samplers, the Pilgrim. And I'm stitching this with several lovely stitchy ladies, using the hashtags My First Long Dog Sal, Let's Get the Dogs Out Sal, and Long Dog Sampler Sundays. So this is my first long dog. If this is your first time watching, this is my first long dog. I started it back in November, and I am loving it. I was really dubious. I put off starting one for quite a while, and then I just decided, right, this is the one that I want to do. Let's just do it. And I am using Anchor Black, DMC White, and Carrie's Creations Old World Red. That's sorry, excuse me, that's for the wording. And I am stitching this on a piece of 20 count Balana, and it's in a off-white, I believe. So there we are. So I finished. Had I finished page 3 the last time I showed this? I don't think I had. And I've made quite a good bit of progress on page 4. So when I finished Happily Ever After, which I showed in my last floss tube, I decided just to stitch on this on a Thursday as well. So I've been stitching on it Thursdays and Sundays. And then when I'd finished Boule de Neige, I picked this up and just stitched on this on the Saturday evening as well. So I'll now just be stitching this on, I'm back to stitching this just on a Sunday from this next week. But yeah, really, really loving that. I did have to do a little bit of unpicking when I had it out last, but it wasn't a lot, thankfully. Just made a bit of a silly mistake. And then my next whip, which I have remembered to bring the chart with me this time. So don't keep the chart in the bag because it's quite flimsy and it does get a bit bent. So this is Barbara Designs Garden of Dreams, and I stitched this on a Wednesday. We have the hashtag Barbara Anna Wednesdays, and joining me on Barbara Anna Wednesdays are Sally, lovely Sally at Flossy Sews and Grows. We were doing this originally and we're both stitching this one. So I am also stitching this as part of the Fun for 50 Sal 2024. And Debbie Ann 2018 has joined us, and Audrey the Fancy Froggy, and Sue. And I still didn't make a note of your new Instagram handle. It's Sue Walker something, but it's in the drop down description below. I think that was it. I don't think I've missed anybody, and I do apologise if I have. I say this every time because I haven't been making comprehensive notes. So I'm using DMC. That's the called for DMC. Beautiful colours, absolutely love the colours in this. And I am using a piece of 32 count raw linen from Stash, and that's where I'm up to. Isn't she beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. And I will say that she has been causing Sally and I some problems. We have both had to unpick in various places. This flower here, this caused me some problems, not the last time, I think it was the time before I picked her up. And I'd started at the bottom of the flower, worked my way up, and it didn't go in properly, so I had to unpick it and start from the top, and it went in fine from the top, so I couldn't work out what I'd done. So I just unpicked the whole lot and started again. But she's beautiful. I do love my Barbara Anna Dreaming Girls. They are my favourite of her designs. And then my that's not threads. A Friday night sheep stitch with my lovely friend Barb is Stitches Through the Years Happy Spring. And this is the final of the 4 seasonal pieces that I've been stitching. So I'm stitching this with DMC. Not that you can see them very well because some of them don't have a great deal left on there, and I think there's 2 missing. There's 2 that are also in Garden of Dreams. And I'm stitching this on 40 count vintage country mocha, and there we are. I have the sheep done, I have the flower basket done, and as you can see I'm working on the border. So yeah, it's going really, really well, really enjoying it. Hopefully the border will meet when I get round that way. But yeah, it's beautiful. The poor sheep, the poor sheep on these designs do have some things to do. I mean, honestly, carrying that flower pot with that is poor thing. Oh, sorry, I can't get that back in properly. Come on. It's going to be a good short one today. You'll probably say, thank the Lord. And then my next whip I stitch on a Tuesday with my lovely friends Barb, Batty Bat 210, and Mouse, Tales of a Stitching Mouse on Instagram. We do Barbara Anna's, obsessed with Barbara Anna's. Blackbird designs on a Tuesday evening, so I'm stitching this one. And I'm also doing a stitch along of Strawberry Fields Forever with lovely Yoanita at Stitchy Things, and lovely Audrey, who is audabod, I think. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that is in the description box down below. That's her Instagram handle. So yeah, we decided to stitch along on this. I must say I'm kind of dreading getting to this border and all this lot here. So I'm stitching this with a mixture of the Called For, Gentle Arts and the rest of DMC. And I'm using a 40 count Picture This Plus. Does it say on it? No, it doesn't say on it. Bashful? Bashful. I always want to say blush for some reason, and it is not blush. So there is my progress. The fabric colour doesn't show up at all, really. So I'm getting on quite well with this now. I've got the wall finished. I don't think the vase is... No, the vase isn't finished. I've got one more bit of the vase to do. Vase, flower, the end thing here, the flower thing, pot. And I've still got the windows to fill in. As you can see, I still haven't filled the windows in from the last 2 times maybe, I don't really know. But yeah, loving that. And I love how it looks on this 40 count fabric as well. And then, oh, that's all my whips. Gosh, it is going to be a quick one today, I think. And then I have a planned new start for this coming Thursday, tomorrow. Tell you, I don't know where I am this week. And it is this one, the Primitive Hair Cross Stitch Collector. I've had this for quite a while now. It's time that I started it. I bought it with a gift certificate that I was given by one of my lovely viewers. Not last Christmas, the Christmas before. So yeah, had it that length of time. So you get the fabric with it, you get the buttons, and you also get this thing to mount it on. So all you have to add are threads. So it's actually charted for Crescent Colours, Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Arts, and a couple of DMC and some Crafti. But I've only got the Gentle Arts one, which is maple syrup. So I've subbed the rest for DMC. I've got 310 and 926, and then one of the DMC was one of the I can't remember what it was, but it's one of the numbers that's not available in this country. I don't even think it's available in the US actually, so I just looked up for a substitution for it, so I'm going to use that. And then I've got my needle minder. I don't know if you can see my needle minder there and what it says on it, but that was a freebie, so thank you Helen the Diddy Stitcher. So we have a general election coming up next month. God help us, that's all I can say. And then I have some haul because, sorry, excuse me, I didn't have the metallic for Cross Stitch Collector. I don't like Krynic, I hate Krynic with a vengeance. So I looked for a conversion to Petite Treasure Braid. I think the one that it converted to I thought was maybe a little bit too light, I'm not entirely sure, but I've gone for PB35, so I'm hoping that's blowing out a little bit actually in this light. I'm hoping that'll be okay. But of course this cannot travel alone, can it? So I picked up Plum Street Samplers Christmas Mini Moon, which I think is very, very cute. I've looked at it for a long time, and as I have said before, I'm trying not to buy charts. I allowed myself to get a couple in April, and I wasn't planning on buying any more until August, but like I say, I didn't want any fabric. Well, they had no fabric that I wanted anyway. I didn't want any more threads. Although you can bet your bottom dollar I will probably now find out that I need some DMC. But anyway, so that will go into my stash. That will be getting used on Cross Stitch Collector. Quick update on the old cough, if anybody's interested. If you're not, I'll say goodbye now, because I know a lot of people don't like life updates. Been back to the doctors again. I think she seems pretty set on it being reflux. So she prescribed me some more pills, and she also decided to give me some more nasal spray, because apparently I didn't use the nasal spray for long enough last time. But if they don't tell me how long to use it for, how am I supposed to know? So the nasal spray I've got to use for 8 weeks. The pills I'm supposed to take for a month. But when I went on I have the NHS app on my phone, and when I went on there to have a look and see what she'd given me, because I couldn't remember, there was an alert on it. So I decided to do a Google search, rightly or wrongly. And apparently it is not normally prescribed for reflux. Other than it is in the States more, and there was some questions about it in something to do with the European medical thing, and it can cause irreversible neurological problems. And it is actually an anti-sickness drug, and it's only supposed to be given for 5 days. Now she's given me it for a month. I have chosen not to take it. Might not be very popular for not taking it, but I have chosen not to take it. So at the moment I'm just using the nasal spray. I think I've been using it 6 days now, but I'm still going through I think it's finally settling down and I'm not coughing as much, and then all of a sudden I'm coughing and coughing and coughing. So I just don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. I was quite down last week with it. basically because really, you know, she'd given me these pills, I didn't want to take them, and just so sick of everything. And I know I'm not the only one that has it, because it's amazing the amount of people that say, oh, I know this person who's got that. So I just don't know what the answer is. I'm hoping it'll eventually go, because I can't keep coughing like this for the rest of my life. But anyway, so I don't know what she'll say the next time I go back. But she did say that my my lymph glands were slightly up when I went, because I said my throat just felt so irritated and everything, and if I didn't have the tickle I wouldn't cough, which I wouldn't. So anyway, that's it. I'm going before I start going off on one. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for keeping coming back. I know my floss tubes are a mess. I know my background's not great. I've heard people say, don't have clutter in your background, don't do this, don't do that. And to be honest, if you can't take me as I am, then fine. I'm just here. I take out a little bit of time of my day to do a floss tube because I enjoy doing it. And if people don't like the way I am, don't like the background, fine. I'm trying hard not to focus on figures and what other people are doing, because obviously we all see it. We all see people start a floss tube and within no time they've got 1,000 subscribers, they've got tons of views, and I think it's quite sad, really. And yes, I'm going off on one again now, haven't I? I've started. I do think it's quite sad. I know there's a lot of floss tubers to go around, but when you see floss tubers that have been doing this for a while, who either still are at 1,000 subscribers, don't get many views, I just think it's really sad. And I know not everybody is everybody's cup of tea. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. But if you do come back every time and you do enjoy my floss tubes, you don't care what I look like, what my background's like, thank you. I truly, truly appreciate it. Now I am going to go. So hopefully I'll see you in a couple of weeks. If not, it will be 4 weeks. I've been considering going to 4 every 4 weeks, but I'll see. I'll see how things go, how I'm feeling, what we're doing. So again, thank you so much for watching. Repeating myself, I will see you either in 2 weeks or 4 weeks. Stay safe everybody and enjoy every single stitch. Thank you for watching. Bye.